When I was a little girl, my dream was to see what was beyond the mountains.
Although women generally get fewer opportunities than men to access education, they earn much less money than men, and they are less represented than men are at political and managerial levels. Women are the central pillars of the two fundamental institutions, families and villages.
एक चीज़ तो मेरे दिमाग में मैं ये बस सबके सामने करूँ, मुझे मेरे दिमाग में ये ज़रूर थी कि मैं कुछ करूँ, मैं करना चाहती थी, लेकिन मेरी जब शादी हो गई थी तो मैं कुछ नहीं कर पाई।
We went to Almora in the Uttarakhand Himalayas in northern India to visit a success story of economic and political empowerment amongst women.
The women here are completely marginalized and have back-breaking jobs, working from dawn to dusk in unproductive fields, going to the forest to chop fuel, to gather fodder for the animals, and basically because of the fact that they're doing so, knowingly, unknowingly destroying the environment. So what became quite important then was to have a structured organization which would then take on the job of providing an alternative to these women and to be able to give them empowerment not just in economic terms but also in social terms, and to do it in such a way that they would then have an alternative to, you know, schlepping up to the forest every day 10-15 kilometers walking to collect fodder and fuel.
मैडम और मुन्नी दी दोनों हमारे गांव आए, इन्होंने हम लोगों की मीटिंग ली कि हम आपके गांव में कोई काम खोलना चाहते हैं, आप करोगे? हमने कहा जी हम करेंगे, हमारी इच्छा है, हम सीखना चाहते हैं काम।
पहले औरतें नहीं आई, दिक्कत आई, उनको समझाना पड़ा कि ऐसा करो, तो वो औरतें पास आई। उसके बाद जब दूसरे गांव में जाओ, पहले दूसरे गांव में जाने में हिचक तो होती है। मैं भी इतनी गांव में नहीं गई, मैंने अपना ही मायके का पूरा गांव नहीं देखा था। तो इस संस्था में जुड़ने के बाद मैंने हर गांव देख दिया, हर गधेरे देख दिए, हर वो देख दिया मैंने।
Biggest challenges that we all faced at that point of time was that the men were very suspicious. They did not want the women to get out of their homes, they did not want the women to work, they did not want the women to earn. So there was tremendous resistance from the men. But to the credit of the women, they all ganged up and they said that no, we want to do this. We have to do this, we want to do this, and we're going to go ahead.
पहले हमको विश्वास नहीं था कि ये काम इतनी बड़ी फैक्ट्री बनेगी और हम लोग इतने सालों तक काम करेंगे और हमारा इतना बड़ा हमारे साथ इतने लोग जुड़ेंगे करके। तो 12 महिलाएं 12 दूनी 24 हो गए, ऐसे करके हम लोगों ने ये काम शुरू किया।
Soon they discovered that together they could do what they could not do alone, and they started a weaving factory. They associated themselves with fashion designers, with international traders, and when their business became successful, they reinvested their profits in improving educational and health services for their children and their communities.
Then we decided to make production centers instead of having small units in the villages and make it more professional. And so we made one big production unit with 300 odd women in the industrial estate around near Almora, and then several other smaller production units in the villages.
हमारा ऐसा भी नहीं है कि बहुत अमीर इलाका भी नहीं है, गरीब इलाका है, जिससे वो औरतें उनके हर घर के चूल्हे जल रहे हैं और अच्छे बच्चों का लालन पालन कर रहे हैं, अच्छे स्कूल में एडमिट कर रखा बच्चों को, अच्छा उनको शिक्षा दे रहे हैं। हर किसी औरत को इस संस्था में जुड़ने में फ़ायदा ही हुआ है, नुकसान किसी को नहीं हुआ है। और आदमी पे दबाव में औरतें काम करती थी, या आदमी कभी शराब पी के आए तो उसकी भी सुननी पड़ती थी, लेकिन आज वही आदमी भी कुछ सुधर गया है कि भैया देखो मेरी औरत कमा के ला रही है तो मैं ये क्या कर रहा हूँ। तो औरत राशि कुछ तो कह सकती है, इसमें औरतों का मतलब काफ़ी योगदान है। आज देखिए कि धीरे धीरे मैं तो ऐसा सोच भी नहीं सकती थी कि 3 औरतों से मैंने काम किया कि आज इतनी बड़ी कंपनी बन जाएगी, और आज देखिए देखते देखते इतनी बड़ी कंपनी बन चुकी है।
With Panchachuli, I'm so happy that now the whole team is just doing everything. The day-to-day work is being done totally by them, and I'm just like a mentor now to the Panchachuli family, and it's nice to be able to, because after all one can't keep sticking to one's chair and position. You know, there's a certain time when one has to let go and let the second and the third line of leadership evolve and develop.
इस काम करने में बहुत अच्छा लगा और मुझे बहुत खुशी भी है कि मैंने ये काम कहाँ से कहाँ पहुँचा दिया और आज पीछे मुड़ के देखती हूँ मुझे बहुत खुशी होती है कि मैंने ये किया और अब मैं अगर छोड़ दूँ या मर जाऊँ तो मुझे इस चीज़ का कोई वो नहीं है कि मैंने कुछ नहीं किया, मैंने कुछ किया, कोई मेरे दिमाग में ये बात रहती है.
It's very easy to let power and fame go to one's head. There was a point of time where the Panchachuli women actually demonstrated that they could at will elect or throw out an MP and an MLA. There was that much power. There still is. That they were actually able to swing elections in whichever way they wanted to because of that power. And finally, it's not important. Finally, it's really not important, all the trappings of money and power and fame and all these things, they come and go. I think what's important is to be comfortable with oneself at the end of the day.
We really wish that this video report will spread the story of these women, of their successes and their challenges, of their achievements and their learning, and that it will inspire other women to gain confidence and be protagonists of their lives.